So it's been like about a year since I last properly sat down and filmed a video. Basically I moved across the country, went to university, hence the really crap background at the moment. My bedroom is literally such a shit state. This here, what happened here, was the chair I was sat on was over there, apparently holding back a pile of stuff. I didn't realise that, pulled the chair out and a bunch of stuff just fell down, so I'm now covering it with my duvet. I really do enjoy filming these videos, so I am going to try and like film more and do more. As I said, I moved to uni, so I'm going to make up the excuse that I was just busy settling in and stuff, but like truly I was just tired and just, I don't know, I was just procrastinating and being lazy. So I am trying to film more videos. Today I'm sat down. I am currently in halls by myself in my flat. It's the end of these holidays. It's a Saturday, everyone comes back on the Monday. It's Easter tomorrow. However, I live on the opposite side of the country, so I can't be home for Christmas because I had to come back early to avoid all the busyness and all the trafficness, whereas everyone else was pretty close to like where we go to uni. So they've all been able to go home, whereas I'm just sat in halls by myself. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to get straight back into filming, try and do it again, because I really do enjoy it. And I'm just going to try and film as many videos as I can right now. I'm going to try and make them all quick, and I'm going to try not to have to edit them, because it's currently 4:30 in the morning on Easter, and I'm quite frankly too lazy to have to pull my laptop out and mess around with that and spend ages editing, especially if I want to get it up tonight. So it'll probably be most likely unedited, and if it is edited, very slightly edited. So yeah, I'm just going to jump straight in. I've decided that today I'm just going to do, I picked out 3 different story times. I've got a cold. Just like quick little drunk story times from my times being drunk at university. So jumping straight in, first one. It was so this takes place on a friend's birthday very recently in March. It was, and as I said before, it was his birthday. It was his 19th, and he and another friend had the birthday on the same day. So there was like a giant party in one of the flats for them. And since it was like a giant party, some of his friends got invited. Where I go uni, there's an arts university, which is it's considered like not to like blow my own trumpet or anything, but it is considered like an elite university. It's a very good university. And then straight next door to it, there is just like a normal university for smart people. Now this university is considered a pretty crap university. It's usually like the last place that people want to go, but they'll apply for it because they know it's going to be easier to get in. But the people at that university tend to like take the piss out of us guys over in the arts university, since like, you know, art students aren't really like classed usually as being smart, since we're doing art and nothing like smart. So like there's kind of like a rivalry there. However, this guy whose birthday it was, he's actually friends with someone who was in the normal university. So he decided to like, oh, I'll come and I'll invite some of my friends up. And this guy comes up and he's bringing all these friends, and this normal university is also where all the fuckboys go. All the guys that you wouldn't really want to date. All the guys that are just looking for girls to fuck. All the guys that you stay away from in clubs. And so they all come up. We're all just chilling. And there's this one guy. And there's not very many girls there. And I notice him eyeing up every single girl in the room. And I was there with all my friends, most of which I actually live with. And one of them has a boyfriend. And she just so happened to be stood next to this guy, and he starts chatting her up. And this girl who I'm friends with, she's really shy. She's not the type of person to be like, oh, hey, I don't want to talk to you. So she was just kind of just stood there, taking it all in, just minding her own business, and I'm looking over to her and I can tell that she's pretty uncomfortable. Now I, being the greatest person in the world, walk over, grab hold of her, pull her away, and I'm like, hey, leave her alone, dude. She's got a boyfriend. And he's like, oh, okay then. So she walks off and she's talking to some of like our friends, and I just remember to talk to some of like our friends. However, our group was stood like where he was standing. So like, put my line down. If like this is our group, he was kind of just stood on the outside here. So and it just so happened that my back was then turned to him. So then he came over to me, stood directly next to me, and starts trying to chat me up. And I was like, dude, you literally just was talking to my friend and now you're going to try it on with me. And at this point of the conversation, I turn around and like most of my friends, during the 1 second that I had taken to acknowledge this dude, had kind of like walked off and started their own conversations with other people. So I was just stood there. I didn't really know that many people at the party. So I was just stood there and I was like, hey, it's a person to talk to. And he starts doing like, you know, the typical kind of stuff you talk about at parties, like, hey, what's your name? Where are you from? And I'm actually from the north of England, but I go to uni in the south of England. So I obviously live down south. Whereas like I'm from up north. And for some reason, I'm not quite sure why. For some reason in the south, northerners are known as like rude people. And like when you go to the north, it's completely opposite. They're all really friendly people, more friendly than the south. But in the south, they have a reputation of being really rough and just northern and just like not friendly and rude, and they'll start fights with you and they're not the type of people to be friends with. So I'm talking to this guy and I'm like, oh, I'm from the north of England. And he's like, oh, wow, that's surprising. And I was like, is it? I mean, I have a really northern accent. It's not that surprising. Anyone I know will tell you straight away that they knew I was from the north from the accent. It can't be that surprising, dude. And he was like, oh, yes, no, it's really surprising for me that you're from the north. And I was like, why is it that surprising and hard for you to believe? And he was like, because you're a nice person. You're really nice to say you're from the north. And I just feel like, what? And he was like, yeah, because northerners are really nasty people and I usually hate northerners, but you're actually a nice person to say from the north. And I was like, okay. And then he carries on and he goes, so why'd you move to the south then? And I was like, and then literally just before I could even start carrying on the sentence, he was like, well, I support Leeds, so I get your decision. I completely get your reasoning to why you'd moved there. I know all about the north. I support Leeds, so I know everything about the north. I spend most of my time in the north. So I completely understand why you'd want to move to the south. And I was like, okay, just leave me alone now. Leave me alone. And it doesn't stop there. He then carries on like, he then carries on saying, it's okay if you want to leave, you know. And I was like, yeah, I know it's okay. I don't need you to say that to me. But if I wanted to leave, I'd have left by now. I'm only staying here because everyone else is busy talking to people. And he goes, oh, is that a compliment then? And I was like, no. And he was like, oh, okay then. And then he just doesn't say anything else. He's just stood there in complete silence next to me. So then I did walk off and I was like, oh, I'm not just going to stand there in silence. I'd rather like hear this hilarious chatting up you're doing than just stand here in silence. So at that point I did walk off and go find somebody. And he just, as I walked off in this tiny little small voice, I just heard him say, sorry. And I was like, so funny. So then I walked off and I joined my friends and I started telling them all about the fact that I'd been told that, say I'm from the north, I'm actually a nice person. Like I needed this dude to tell me that.